Covering the Universal Orlando Resort for 6 years, you are listening to the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 245. I am Lee and you are listening to the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. And as always, I am joined by my good lady wife, Mrs. Tracey Mallett.
Hello everybody.
And of course, the man with the beard across the pond, Mr. Hunter Fagan.
It's pretty short, you know. It's kind of close to my face. Sorry to disappoint.
And albeit close to everybody's face.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And Darren isn't here.
Nope.
Now this is our fault because we've had to record a night early.
Uh-huh.
We're actually recording on Sunday, but Darren is trying to attempt something Hunter has twice failed at. And he is at Universal Orlando trying to get on Jimmy Fallon.
Good luck.
So we will see. And hopefully we'll get a review of him in a couple of weeks. But we're not holding our breath because we know how awkward it is to get on, apparently.
Oh, you know I rode last time, right?
No.
Yeah. I totally, we showed up at 9 o'clock. And they were just letting us in. So I got to check it out.
Why have you never told anybody this?
I posted on Twitter. My first reaction was it was a picture of the colored card, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, finally!" And then about 30 minutes later, I posted, "Oh no," and that was kind of all I left, and then went about my day.
Right, Hunter. What I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you for a very brief review, and then I think when we get Darren back on in 2 weeks' time, we'll do a full review of it. Give us your quick thoughts.
Sure. Quick thoughts. Don't think it's an awful attraction. Don't think it's an attraction that I'm ever going to like, though. It is essentially Minions 2.0, which is what we've heard from a bunch of people as far as the ride systems. If you are not a Jimmy Fallon fan, there is nothing for you here.
Right.
It is so concerned with putting every single Jimmy Fallon character into the attraction, it kind of forgets to just be a good ride, and it's just a motion simulator themed to Jimmy Fallon. And that's about all it is. The inline entertainment, that's fun, that's cute. They do a pretty good job of establishing some of the stuff you're going to see in there. The pre-show / spiel, I mean, that's fun, but the actual ride's pretty underwhelming. The screen's nice, the 3D's nice. I do think this attraction would be received much more positively if the last 4 attractions haven't been screen attractions as well.
Mm-hmm.
The only way they could have done this is with a screen, but if you wouldn't have had, say if Transformers was the last screen attraction and Gringotts was mostly practical and Kong was mostly practical, and then you went into Jimmy Fallon, I think more people would be a lot more positive of it, including myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't hate it. I know that's been the running gag. It's really not for me whatsoever because I do not have any affinity for Jimmy Fallon at all.
So Darren's up there. Hopefully he'll get to ride it. And as I say, in a couple of weeks' time, we'll do a full review and see if you both agree with it. But we did think, well, actually, I reached out because we hadn't done a listener Q&A for a while.
Yep.
And then because Darren wasn't here, I reached out to said person who agreed to come on and thought, do you know what? Why don't you come on and do the whole show with us and replace Darren for a little bit? So, hello, Stuart.
Hello, everyone. How's it going?
This is Stuart Mallett. He is a member of the Producers Club. Stuart, where do you hail from at this current time?
Wee town called Lurgan in Northern Ireland.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us, and I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. Bit nervous, guys, if I'm honest, but let's do this.
Right.
Stuart, you're hailing from my home country, believe it or not.
What? I can understand that.
I'm
Actually,
mostly
no offense.
Irish.
Yep. Is it? Okay.
I'll slap him, Stuart.
American Irish then, right?
We're kind of mixed all over the place. Sure.
Hey, you've got to think about his surname. Fagan. It's a bit Irish.
Is it?
That's true.
Definitely Irish.
It was.
It is very Irish.
Hunter's. He finds himself having to pick a pocket or two every now and again.
It sounds. Yeah.
Do you know what part of Ireland they were from at all, or?
No, I've never bothered to look.
He doesn't even know what part of America he's from.
Us Americans aren't very traditional at all. We just kind of do our thing.
You're part Irish, just not enough to
he couldn't even point Ireland out on a map.
Oh, yeah, I could do that one.
Yeah.
Right, anyway. Speaking of Jimmy Fallon, we have a brief update from Maureen about the attraction. So I'm going to pass it over to Maureen for Autism at the Park first.
Hi, this is Maureen Deal with Autism at the Parks, and today I'm at Universal Orlando Resort reporting for the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. And I'm sitting outside the Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon ride, and I wanted to report some updates on the accommodations for this ride since it's open and is no longer in soft openings. The first thing I wanted to let you know is that guests in wheelchairs, there is not a stationary seating location at this time. Apparently, it's still in the works. And you can stay in your wheelchair all the way up to the ride. And if you want to see the ride or enjoy the ride, you'll need to transfer to one of the seats. Now, if you can walk, that would be fine. You can sit in a regular seat. However, there are 2 special seats that are at the same level as a wheelchair. And if you could just slide over onto those seats, that's what the team member was explaining to me. So that's the update on for guests who use wheelchairs. Now, the other update about the Jimmy Fallon ride is there's a lot of waiting involved in the different holding areas. Unless you get here first thing in the morning, you're going to be required to wait and see the scenes and play the games and see the live show on stage and things like that. If your family member has difficulty doing that, which I know my son would, you can talk to the team members and they can give you a special pass. The color is black. And the team member will escort you all the way up to the loading area. But apparently the number of guests who are allowed to accompany the person who needs this accommodation is limited. So talk to a team member if you have a question about that. And this has been Maureen Deal for the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, signing off from Universal Orlando Resort.
Cool. I like the fact that Maureen's out there sort of giving us updates as things go on all the time, you know, because this is the type of thing that we wouldn't necessarily look. Well, we wouldn't look at it. It's not anything that's ever affected us, so it's good that that's out there.
Good info.
Very.
Cool.
I have no sort of segue into the next one, but we actually got a big announcement. It's every time I think there's going to be nothing to talk about on the next show. Out pop Universal, usually after we've recorded the last show.
Oh, yeah.
But, Tracey, we're finally getting some sort of holiday thing in the wizarding world of Harry Potter and some other extra bits around the parks. Do you want to let everyone know what's coming?
Right. Now, finally, our wishes have been granted, as Universal Orlando Resort has announced that a new Christmas experience is coming to the wizarding world of Harry Potter as part of its destination-wide holiday celebration. About bloody time. So Christmas is a special time in the Harry Potter series, and fans from around the world have long wanted to enjoy that part of J.K. Rowling's compelling story for themselves. This November, the new Christmas experience in the wizarding world of Harry Potter will give guests a special opportunity even, to see, feel, and even taste what it's like to celebrate the magic of Christmas at the wizarding world. As night falls, a magical holiday transformation of Hogwarts Castle will take place right before guests' eyes. Incredible state-of-the-art projection mapping and special effects will wrap the iconic castle, and it will bring holiday spirit and memorable Christmas moments from the Harry Potter series to life like never before. There'll also be festive decor, such as ornate garlands, lining the streets of both Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley, and each storefront will be decked out with uniquely themed decorations, and guests will be encouraged to enjoy special holiday-themed foods, drinks, and entertainment. Put my teeth back in. As well as all of that, there's also a brand new parade featuring Macy's, which is going to join Universal's epic lineup of holiday experiences, which absolutely makes Universal Orlando the place to be for the holidays, if you're listening, Mr. Malaby.
That's interesting that it says a new parade featuring Macy's, whereas it's always been the Macy's parade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
True.
Interesting.
Yes. So these new experiences will join beloved holiday traditions at Universal Orlando for the destination's 2017 holiday celebration, which will run for more dates than ever, which is from November the 18th, 2017 to January the 6th, 2018. Plenty of time for you to book a surprise holiday for me,
They're
Lee.
going up against Disney, is it? Hunter, when does Mickey's Not So Scary start this year? Isn't it in like August?
I think it starts next month, actually. Not too sure.
Right.
All these Halloween events keep getting closer and closer, which is great for me.
Oh, yeah.
But
They should just make it year round and be done with it.
yeah, I mean, why not?
Right, so here's the audio from the announcement video that Universal shared of these amazing holiday editions.
Starting in November 2017, you'll be able to celebrate the magic of Christmas in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Orlando Resort. Now let me give you a sneak peek of some of the things you're going to see. There will be 4 parts to this incredible transformation. First is the beautifully festive decor. Everywhere you look, these holiday textures will surround you. Second will be a stunning, all-new nighttime experience at Hogwarts Castle using the latest in map projection technology. This Yuletide display will be specially themed just for this season and feature incredible visual moments inspired by the films. This is truly a gift to the fans and anyone who loves the Christmas season. You'll be amazed at this breathtaking view of the beloved Wizarding School. But you won't just be celebrating in Hogsmeade. That's right, Christmas is also coming to Diagon Alley. Along with decorations, there'll be holiday food taken straight from the stories. And lastly, there'll be live entertainment in both Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade. The holiday spirit is alive and well in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Now, there's more to come with Harry Potter later this year, but we're not done with the holidays just yet. Coming to Universal Studios Florida is the all-new Universal's Holiday Parade, featuring Macy's, the global leader in balloon entertainment. It'll star those mischievous minions, beloved DreamWorks characters from Madagascar and Shrek, and of course, Santa. It's all part of what makes staying here so special for the holidays. Now, there'll be more to come on all of this in the months ahead. It's going to be a season to remember at Universal Orlando Resort.
It's really cool that they got the band from America's Funniest Home Videos to introduce that section.
I have to congratulate Mike Aiello because he's the first American I've heard that actually pronounces Diagon Alley properly.
Yes.
Secondly, Hunter, you've always complained that the holidays at Universal Orlando have been so samey for so long. You're now finally getting something different. Yes,
it's very exciting. And especially for something that features Christmas so heavily, like the Harry Potter series. It was bound to happen eventually, and hopefully this opens the door to other times of year rethemings.
Well, Stuart, have you ever been out to Orlando for Christmas?
No. We normally go in November time, so it's all the Christmas stuff starting to go up.
Right.
Like the first 2 weeks in November. And that's always surreal and strange. Because you're standing wearing shorts and t-shirt looking at a Christmas tree going, this is wrong. This is very wrong.
Yeah.
But I think I've seen this announcement during the week and it's really exciting. Like, it's about time they did something with it and really push the holiday thing.
Yeah.
And I think that having the Wizarding World stuff is just going to be unreal. I would love to go. It had to happen now that I have a child that's starting P1 and can't get off during school time. Yay.
Course. I think one of the things I took out of that video as well is they said, we're not done with Harry Potter, but no, he said something along, there's more to come for Harry Potter this year. Are we getting Halloween Horror Nights stuff? Because that's what it sounded like to me.
I'm not sure J.K. Rowling would go for that.
But sounds like we might get an announcement about something.
I think if they're going to announce it, I think you're going to be looking at the Volcano Bay opening. I'm hearing there's going to be more announced at that Volcano Bay media event. Because it's a 3-day event for the opening of the water park that I think there's going to be more to it. I think you're going to get Nintendo. I think you're possibly going to get whatever this is.
Well, Phase 3 is coming. We know Phase 3 is on its way. They're going to have to announce it sometime soon.
All the rumors are about them turning down Dragon Challenge. So
yes,
that's kind of
interesting. Let's be honest. Dragon Challenge. I think even when we went for Horror Nights 2 years ago, the parks were fairly busy, and we barely waited 5 or 10 minutes at any point to get on Dragon Challenge. So it's not really a surprise, and it's not the coaster it was either. So.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think they're both great coasters. I enjoy both of them.
Yeah,
but it was a lot better when they were dueling. Like,
absolutely,
definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm so gutted that our kids have never got to experience it properly.
Yeah. Can I just say, I actually think this is a ploy by Universal to get you to take me there for Christmas.
How's he going to take you for Christmas when he's going for Halloween?
We just don't come home.
Well, let's be honest.
We go out in September. We come home in January.
I would quite happily do that. We get a 3-month visa coming, like a temporary. We get when we do our visa waiver coming over from the UK. We get 3 months, so we'll be all right.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure the parks insane, like Christmas fortnight.
Yes.
Yeah, I couldn't. I'm not sure I could cope with that.
I think we've got to go.
That's why I'd have to go out for the full 3 months.
I mean, Hunter, you've been down for Christmas and stuff. You go for the non-ride entertainment, and basically, if you manage to get on a ride, you're happy, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun. It makes me wonder if they're going to start Christmas a bit earlier now, because previously Universal would not start it until after Thanksgiving because they had to wait for those floats to come down.
And that's what, the 3rd week of November, isn't it?
Yeah, so I don't know if they're going to start your Grinchmas and your Wizarding World festivities earlier, like right after Halloween Horror Nights.
Well, they've just said they're the 18th of November.
Yeah, so I mean, that's still a little bit later than Disney's doing. I'm pretty sure Disney puts their stuff up like
July.
November 1st. July, yeah. Those year-round Christmas shops, they just kind of expand them out.
I think
anytime I've been in November, Disney start putting their stuff up about the first week in November, and Universal start putting their decorations up the 2nd week in November.
Yeah,
we generally always went in November. So
what year was it? We went in November.
2009.
That was when we stayed at French Quarter.
I think the big difference between
decorated.
Disney and Universal, though, is Disney are trying to push a hard ticket event. Universal aren't.
True.
So they want more dates because they want more people to fork out for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Whereas, I mean, Universal, we've seen...
I'd confuse the two. I think Mickey's Not So Very Merry Christmas Party.
Okay.
Sorry.
You know, we've seen...
You're probably right.
We've seen the surveys from Universal that they're toying with the idea of doing some sort of hard ticket event. And I'm hoping that the fact that they're doing this is sort of pushing that off a few years yet.
Yeah, hope so.
Because I don't like that Disney are really sort of scraping the barrel to try and come up with as many add-on extras as they possibly can. And Universal are doing it as well. We'll get there tonight. But
at least with an upcharge event, you're getting the special fireworks, you're getting the parade, you're getting like the handouts that they do inside the park. Universal does some awesome stuff as far as like entertainment and the bands and stuff, but they're not doing something on the scale of like, I'm pretty sure the Christmas parade is the longest parade on Disney property. There's a lot of really cool stuff like that, which if Universal wants to go that way, I think it'd be good for them to have a direct competitor as far as a paid Christmas party.
But then don't Disney do the parade and everything for Christmas like just during the day? Is it like the 2 weeks?
Yeah, they do it Hell Week though. They do it Christmas week, the week you would never want to be there.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Anyway, I think
interesting stuff.
We could talk about this all night because I think the logistics of Hogsmeade with 1 million people in it trying to watch that castle projection show is a story for another time, because I think that's something that we could discuss for hours, but it will be interesting.
We'd have to be giving out free fire whiskies as you enter.
I think it'll be crazy.
I was trying to figure out where, because if they're going to project onto the castle, and all the shots you've seen seem to be from kind of at the edge of the lake, where are they expecting people to stand? And I was thinking out loud there, but it kind of, I don't know how that's going to work, because it's already seems kind of tight when there's lots of people there.
Yeah, it's a total bottleneck. It's going to be very interesting to see how they're going to work it.
You know the best place to go up and watch it, right? It's going to be on that bend before you reach Hagrid's hut in Dragon Challenge.
If that's a really good idea.
You've got a perfect view of the castle.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out there.
Oh, on Dragon Challenge.
Well, if they're tearing it down by December, maybe not.
Yeah.
Hang on. Maybe they're going to tear it down and put like Quidditch style stands in for a viewing.
Something more than that in.
For a viewing platform.
There's your upcharge. Priority seating
with omnoculars.
Yeah. Omnioculars.
Like the SeaWorld Tower thing.
Yeah. Right, anyway, speaking of the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and the future of Universal, Hunter, there's a couple of patents that have come out. One that we think may be for the Hogwarts Express, and others that are kind of rumoured for Nintendo or Fast and Furious. Do you want to let everyone know what they entail? Because I've had a look at them and I don't understand the Nintendo one, I'll be honest.
Sure. So 2 new patents were posted online recently, like you said. The first, we're pretty sure, is like an enhancement to the Hogwarts Express window, and it's just simply entitled Display for Immersive Window Effect.
Straight to the point.
So it's described as this. We'll keep it easy. The displays of the present disclosure additionally or alternatively enable the guest to look to the right and to the left, thereby view additional different sections of the landscape. For example, if the guest is in an attraction where the display is a window in a train car, hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, the guest might look to the left to see a view of the landscape that is oncoming, a forward portion of a path, and a forward section of the train and tracks. While if looking to the right, the guest might see a view of the landscape that has just passed, along with a rearward section of the train and tracks. Indeed, the simulated landscape may also move horizontally, vertically, or in any direction relative to the observing guest to simulate a changing landscape associated with a real or simulated movement of a passenger platform.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like the Hogwarts Express needs it. I think it's cool, but it's very obvious that it's just like a curved screen.
Sure.
But do you really think they're going to upgrade those screens anytime soon? Like, I can't. I mean,
if it's a technology they can implement cheaply enough to make a difference, I think they will. But if it's going to be like a full layover of the train and it's going to be quite pricey, I think they might just save it for the next go around where this is an applicable technology.
How old is the Hogwarts Express now?
2014. So it'll be
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
it's crazy.
So it is probably getting ready for some sort of refurb.
It's the moving horizontally, vertically, and or in any direction relative to the observing guest to simulate. Could we potentially see this put in the elevator section of Gringotts?
Ooh.
I know it's up high, so you're not really gonna, but it could enhance that a little bit. Also, my mind went Ministry of Magic attraction.
Oh, elevators.
Because that, for me, set up for... If they're going to do Ministry of Magic, the elevators are the ride vehicle. It has to be.
Or the toilets. I don't think I fancy an any direction toilet.
But I'm always up for any sort of enhancement. And Hunter, Tracey, we've talked about it a lot on the show, that when you're doing screen-based attractions, you've got to keep up with cutting-edge technology or they begin to look old very quickly.
Yes. That's a big thing. That's a big concern for them. So, hey, if they can implement this, by all means, go for it. It'll be nice to have maybe a little bit more of a realistic situation for the Hogwarts Express, because as much awesome detail as they fit into those trains, the least impressive part is the actual journey itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even just something as simple as being able to change it out for whatever time of day it is. You know, so if it's 10 o'clock in the morning, it'll be light, and if you're doing it like late on a night, that it'll be dark.
I like it.
Yeah. But here's a question: if they were to use this technology to refit the Hogwarts Express, now that they're probably so used to that being a good people funnel between parks and getting rid of people from the back of the park, what happens if they have to close that off for 3 months? Do you upgrade the trains?
The thing is, you're literally only changing a screen out. I wouldn't have thought it would be massive. You could do it a screen at a time.
Yeah, but it'll probably be down for at least a week.
Have they only got 2 trains, or do they have another one in reserve in case something happens to another one?
That's a good question.
Because
I don't know.
If one of them had a mechanical fault or something, surely they've got to have some sort of backup.
Possibly.
Because if someone's got moving parts, it can break.
I might have to ask some people about that.
So it may be that they have 3 or 4 trains.
Quite possibly, yeah.
You know, that means they just take one off and do it one at a time, and nobody would even notice.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
You know what I'm most excited for?
Go on.
Maybe they'll finally get to clean those trains because those trains are so dirty, and it's a shame because the Hogwarts Express is this nice, candy apple red, and instead it's all like dingy.
Oh, you mean the outside of them?
Yeah, it's looking kind of rough.
I was going to say, 'cause
really?
I think the interior is probably quite right, considering the smell of the train we were on this morning.
Yeah, I was saying that, yeah. They need to be all stained and, vomit all over the place and what have you.
Oh, we do that on the Hogwarts Express, too.
Continue, Hunter.
It's magical. So this one I don't really get because it sounds like something they're already using, but it is described as a ride system that includes a tunnel, a vehicle ride path in the tunnel, and a projection system to project images onto one or more walls of the tunnel. You mean like Kong 360?
No, if you look at the patent, I was going to include it in the notes, but I couldn't work out how to actually save the images. It's weird looking. The actual images for the patent are weird.
Does it kind of look like that? It's kind of look like that hellish nightmare from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe we're getting our Willy Wonka attraction. Who knows?
Kind of reminded me of the Time Tunnel, like an old TV program from the 70s.
The Time Tunnel.
Yeah.
Oh,
tell me more about this Time Tunnel.
It's like an old it's an old American TV program, and it's like it was really bad, but it kind of reminds me of the Time Tunnel.
It's like someone was on acid when they made it.
It was the 70s, Lee. It's all right.
I know.
It's okay.
Of course it was.
They're going to use this for their TARDIS attraction, obviously.
Come on then, Hunter, bumble your way through this stuff and see if we can make head or tail
So
of it.
the patent also describes how this type of tunnel system could help on design and space management for building a ride. For example, using a tunnel to give the illusion of speed or a transition means the ride could use a smaller footprint within the theme park, which can allow more space to build other attractions. The patent states the tunnel could use projectors or self-illuminating displays like LCD screens to display the sky, clouds, trees, buildings, bodies of water, wildlife, aircraft, trains, giraffes, other vehicles, and the like, while also incorporating special effects like wind and lighting changes to signify speed.
Okay.
Does this mean we're getting our speed attraction? Keanu Reeves.
I think it sounds more like Fast and Furious.
Images in the patent show riders in what looks like a regular car vehicle, so it doesn't necessarily appear like the go-karts used in Nintendo's popular Mario Kart series. However, one image in the patent shows a large tunnel drawing with a wide lip edge that closely resembles the warp pipe tunnel system the video game company has often used as a transportation system for the Mario characters.
If you go into the show notes attached to this episode, I will put a link to the article that I got this from, because the patent looks weird. I couldn't really understand it. It was like, what the hell? But, I mean, how many patents do we get put out there that we don't see anywhere?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When I first seen it, I kind of thought Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Honestly, especially with the amount of kind of bad press that the California version got.
Yeah.
Maybe they've kind of went, oh, we better do something here. And they've kind of worked on it. And because they're building it now, they've had to release this or whatever,
Well, that's it. We know something's going on because it was supposed to open this year originally, and they pushed it back till next year. So we've heard that they kind of, because they've listened to all the fans have gone out and how sick of screen-based stuff, and they've gone and retooled. So what it's going to be, I mean, if this is it, then it's still screen-based. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, Lee.
Hey, Hunter.
Why does Mario eat mushrooms at parties?
I don't know, Hunter. Why does Mario eat mushrooms at parties?
Because he's such a fun guy.
Oh, I should have seen that one coming a mile away. There you go.
Hey.
Hey-o.
Hey.
Speaking of mushrooms, Tracey, it's time for the Veggie Section. Darren's not here for the Veggie Section. There you go, I'll do it for him.
I'm not quite sure whether that was a compliment or
Vegetables, mushroom. It wasn't at you.
Right. Well, this time we are moving into Islands of Adventure. Woo! About time. And we're heading for Mythos to check out their pad thai. Which
I don't know what pad thai is.
Well, if you look at the picture, you'll see it.
Just looks like a shaved mess of vegetables.
Well, there you go. Lee has described it. Right, so...
Everyone's got the picture, by the way, if you want to have a look at it.
So apparently, not only is a pad thai at Mythos restaurant in Island of Adventure exceptionally delicious, but it can be prepared vegan too. So originally it was created to include chicken and shrimp, but their meat-free version is just as good, if not better. So it's made with rice noodles and mixed vegetables, tossed in a sweet and sour peanut sauce, which obviously could be a problem for some people.
Yes.
I am surprised that peanuts are being used.
No,
Well, there's a lot of regulations now with peanuts.
really?
Yeah, it's the most common.
You're in America.
Allergy.
They like everything's
What,
peanut
Sue
butter.
Happy country?
No, everything's peanut butter.
Well, this is true. So yes, and they claim that this bowl of yummy goodness will surely hit the spot.
It doesn't look like it would fill me up.
It looks like a starter. It looks like they've got a lot of vegetables and put them through, they shredded them basically, and then stacked it up like a little haystack, all mixed up, poured over some crunchy peanut butter sauce, and then put a stack of crispy noodles on top. It does look very nice.
It does look very nice.
It does. It's very colourful. It's very pretty.
See, I like Mythos anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think if you ever go to Islands of Adventure and you don't go to Mythos, you're missing out. Even though it's one of those places that everyone goes, best restaurant 5 years in a row or whatever. Pfft.
Food's excellent.
I really enjoyed it the last time we went.
Drinks, not so much. Food's excellent.
But it has one of those
Actually,
reputations.
ate there last week.
All right, what did you have?
I had the lamb burger,
And how was
which
it?
is the opposite of what Tracey is talking about
Yeah.
here. The lamb burger is not a vegetarian option.
No,
May
it is
contain
not.
nuts.
Is it Moroccan? Is
Oh.
it a Moroccan lamb burger?
I don't know. I just remember it had this purple sauce on it.
Ooh.
It was like a how do you pronounce it? Aioli?
Aioli.
Aioli. I think, yeah.
Aioli. Yeah, I got that right for once. Okay, we're going to do that. Yeah, it was really good. Really enjoyed the meal. However, I will say this. Best thing I've ever had at Mythos is the pita chip dip. It's like a spinach dip, feta cheese. It's awesome.
I like the bread that they give you beforehand. It's like a little mini starter. And the butter.
I was going to say, I like the butter.
The butter's awesome. It's like, if I could have frozen it and brought it home, I would have done.
The flatbreads there are always really good.
Yes. And they
Yes.
changed the menu up quite regularly,
They
which
do.
is good. That was one of the first places we ever ate in Islands of Adventure back
Before
in
we went with
2004.
children. When we were free. So yes, that is this edition's vegetarian
I
segment.
think that's it, actually. I think they did a load in City Walk, and then they did one each for Islands.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what,
Universal.
people. Send me your
Can I-
vegetarian options. Yes, Stuart.
Can I make a comment about the vegetarian thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm a bona fide meat eater, right?
Uh-huh.
I love a good steak.
No
Gonna be
wrong with
honest. But we went in 2014, and my best mate and his now wife went with us, and she's vegetarian. And when in 2014, there was like no options. It was terrible.
Uh-huh.
It was basically bean burger,
Yeah.
bean burger, or occasionally bean burger. Yes, that was it. But the fact that they're doing all these options now is really, really good.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause I've sent her every time one of these comes out or Tracey posts something, it's like I send it over to her and she's like, "Oh, we must go back." I'm like, "Well, obviously, it's like Narnia, you have to go back."
Yes.
But the fact that you'll actually be able to eat something else now
Yeah.
is really good. The fact that they're doing it is pretty cool. I was surprised. I'm going to be honest. I thought America would have been pretty forward thinking in
Yeah.
the vegetarian thing, but apparently not.
Nope.
So I've actually got a couple of people who've reached out to me when I requested sort of anyone to get in touch who is vegetarian and goes to the parks quite regularly. I might actually do, we might do a whole show on the vegetarian stuff, get someone who goes regularly and has to deal with it. And maybe do like we did with Maureen last week, a top 5. You've never even eaten anything vegetarian there.
What?
A churro does not count as vegetarian.
I have had vegetarian options.
Where?
Oh my God! Should I get my diary out and give you dates and times
Oh,
of exactly what I have?
I remember. It was that massive big burger you had at the kitchen restaurant
I
last
never
time.
said I was vegetarian. I said I picked
Oh,
vegetarian.
no, you had the vegetarian burger, didn't you?
Yes,
So that-
I did.
Whatever.
And I still ate more than you.
Not last time you didn't.
Not last time. Last time I had the meat. That's why. First time round I had the veggie burger and I ate more than you.
Oh, whoopee-doo.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
Whatever.
I see how it is.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I would just like to point out, though, that I cannot remember for the life of me which restaurant it was. And I went, and it was all burger. And I don't really like meat burgers because I've had one too many crunchy bits.
Apart from
Unless
Five
it's
Guys.
Five Guys. And, yeah, that's a different story.
It's where we went today.
I've never felt as satisfied as I did with Five Guys in my mouth.
Yep, it's where we went today, and it was awesome.
And we blagged extra patties in our burgers.
Ooh.
So I had asked what my veggie option was, and they offered me chicken.
What?
I don't remember
Yeah.
that.
That was before the kids. That was either 2004, 2005.
I don't remember
Yeah.
that. At Universal?
Pretty sure.
Hilarious.
I don't remember that.
Pretty sure it was.
Anyway,
Server was not the brightest, bless them. Obviously.
so as Stuart has said there, having the vegetarian options in the park
Yes.
is now a big thing.
Yes.
So let's head on over to Seth for some little things.
Hi, this is Seth Kaburski from the Unofficial Guides, and I am back with our last look at all the little things that are new around Universal Orlando for April of 2017. Let's start out at the Universal Orlando parking garage, where Universal has recently changed the name of preferred parking to prime parking. Prime parking will still cost you $10 more than regular parking unless you are a preferred annual pass holder, in which case it is still free. Why they decided to change the name from preferred to prime beats me. But at the same time, they are also working on preparing the garage for the opening of Volcano Bay. When you visit Volcano Bay, you'll be making a right from the parking plaza and parking in the garage on the very first floor. Universal has started testing buses traveling from the parking garage to Volcano Bay. They are double-long buses. Keep an eye out for them as they are testing now. Once you get out of the parking garage and start walking through City Walk, you might notice that the AMC Cineplex movie theater has replaced its marquees with new digital marquees displaying the current films. I personally kind of liked the old-fashioned marquee, but they did have to be changed by hand every week, so this will allow Universal to keep the movie titles updated with less labor. Heading into the parks, at Universal Studios Florida, Universal has discontinued the single rider line at Simpsons. The Simpsons ride gained a single rider line last year. They experimented with it for a while. It came, it went. It now seems to be gone and most likely gone for good. In other Simpsons news, the couch that was formerly used for the photo op located outside of the Simpsons ride has been moved into the Williams of Hollywood store. If you want to take home the Simpsons iconic couch, it can be yours for only $1,500.
Wow.
Also, some other fun new items appeared recently inside Williams of Hollywood, including statues of Chance from Halloween Horror Nights. Only $4,000 for one of those. Right next to Williams of Hollywood, I'm pleased to announce that Schwab's Pharmacy actually opened during this past spring break season. Schwab's is one of those outlets at Universal that is very rarely open, except during peak times of year. Unfortunately, I did not see Green Eggs and Ham over in Islands of Adventure open. Heading out of the parks and to the hotels, over at Cabana Bay Beach Resort, the Atomic Bar, located by the Courtyard Pool, is undergoing a major renovation right now. The fire pit next to it is also behind construction walls. Hopefully, we will see that come back very shortly. And finally, right next door at Volcano Bay, things are getting very close to the end of construction, but Universal has just announced pricing for their premium seating and cabanas. All right, that's all I've got this week. I'll see you next month. Until then, this is Seth Kaburski from the Unofficial Guides, Touring Plans, Attractions Magazine, and Orlando Weekly, keeping an eye out for all those little things around Universal Orlando.
As Seth mentioned there, we have got prices for the Volcano Bay private seating and cabanas. And Stuart, can you let everyone know what how much they are basically and what people get for them?
Okay. When Volcano Bay opens on the 25th of May, guests will be able to enhance their visit and take their relaxation to the next level with Volcano Bay's private cabanas and premium seating. now available for purchase. Volcano Bay's cabanas allow guests to escape to their own private paradise with options including single cabanas that will have room for up to 6 guests and family cabanas which will accommodate up to 16 guests. Cabana rentals include concierge service with exclusive menu options and a fruit and snack basket, a small refrigerator pre-stocked with bottled water, complimentary locker, and towel service, and more. Single cabanas will start at $159.99 plus tax per cabana per day, and the family cabanas will begin at $299.99 per cabana per day. With Volcano Bay premium seating, guests will be able to choose and reserve the location of their seats throughout the park. Interesting. This private space includes 2 padded loungers, an adjustable umbrella, a built-in locker storage, plus guests will be able to enjoy the services of an area attendant as opposed to your own flunky. You get a general area flunky. That's nice. Who will see to your food and drink orders. These begin at $29.99 per lounger per day. Per lounger per day?
That's what it said.
Ouch.
But I think it's classing the loungers as a double lounger, aren't they? I think they're a double lounger rather than like a single one.
I hope so. Otherwise, that's crazy.
Yeah. I was talking to Craig Lucas. He's actually just booked theirs. And they said they start off, what was it, $29.99 for 2 people. He's going, I think he said he was going on the 22nd of August, and he was quoted $59.99 for those 2 lounges.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's when things are starting to slow down as well, isn't that right?
Yeah, like the last week in August.
Concerned,
it's classed as. I think if you look at the hotels, that last week of August is actually classed as value season.
Okay.
You know, you can tell they have no plans to incorporate Nintendo into Volcano Bay.
Go on.
The seats, they're not cheap.
That means nothing to me.
Oh, come on. Somebody's a Mario fan. Okay, carry on.
Anybody?
Yeah.
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 You just didn't laugh because it wasn't funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't funny.
Okay.
Sorry.
But
it's interesting that the starting price is, you know, when are they actually going to give that price that they've kind of listed there? That's interesting. If that's the end of August and it's kind of almost double that for the loungers.
Yeah.
I'm going in July. If I want to book a cabana, how much is that going to cost? That's going to be insane.
Yeah.
I think those bottom prices you're going to be looking at the out of season times that only people from the UK and colder climates are going to be hitting. So you're looking November, December, January, February, I would expect.
Ouch.
That's nuts.
Because I'm assuming it is going to be open year round. Hunter, do we know that?
That it's going to be open year round?
Yes.
I don't think we've read that anywhere, but from what they keep saying about it, that makes sense.
Are all the other water parks open?
No. The Disney ones, usually they shut at least one of them over the winter period to clean them.
Yeah, just one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've said the same to Darren Hunter as Universal knocked us back for media access because apparently they're very limited. If you would like to go, Producers Club will pay for it. Because I do feel we should have people there to go and check it out.
Yeah. Would love to go check it out. I don't know if I'm going to do that big ass slide.
You will. I will have a word with Kim. You will. Kim, if you're listening, make sure you does that slide.
In fact,
I'm going to ring up and find out how much it is for July, and I will let you know.
That will be interesting.
Yeah. I want Hunter to wear a GoPro as he goes down the big ass slide.
But facing on his face, not on the out, like not pointing towards him, not out.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so you can see his face as he pees himself.
You're not going to enjoy that. That's just a bunch of folds. You're not going to like that.
Just wear a t-shirt, I would. Right. So we are going to continue on now, as we have invited Stuart on. And he has been part of the show up to this point. But the main reason for having him on was to do a little Q&A with him. So, Hunter, would you like to fire away with Stuart for the first question?
I sure would. It's something I've been waiting for this entire time for. So, let's go ahead and get this party started. Mr. Stewart, when did you first visit Universal Orlando Resort?
1991.
Ooh, okay. A little while ago.
Yeah. Family holiday, I was 13, so summer 1991.
Oh,
So you actually went there before Darren did then, and he's been the longest one of us going.
Woohoo!
Cool. And when did you last visit a Universal Park?
November 2014.
It's killing you to get back, isn't it?
It is. I'm going in July. I can't wait.
Say, not long now.
Don't rub it in.
Oh.
Stuart, have you ever visited any of the other parks? Like, have you ever visited Hollywood or Japan or Singapore?
No, but I'd love to. But no, not yet.
So, gotta ask you, what is your favorite retired attraction? Because you've been going for a while.
Yeah, he's probably got a bigger repertoire to pull out. Or back, that's the word. To pull out from.
Back to the Future.
Okey-dokey.
Back to the Future.
Cool.
Darren, are you listening? He said Back to the Future.
Don't get me wrong. I loved Jaws, but Back to the Future ride changed my life. The first time I went on it, I was like, I can't remember most of the rides I went on when I was there. I was 13. I remember Confrontation. But Back to the Future blew my mind. I mean, blew my mind. It was unreal. Just properly amazing.
It's funny when you look back at screen attractions then, it's like such a major thing, and now it's just like, now they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
But, oh man, it was just like, I didn't know what to expect when we walked into that building, and I came out absolutely high as a kite.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I can remember the feeling as clear as day. It was unreal. Like, so that's the one ride I would love to go on again.
Yeah.
I can totally understand that, because it's like, as an adult, riding Spider-Man for the first time, I was just like shell-shocked coming out of it.
Yeah,
Being
I remember that.
a sort of 10 to 15-year-old kid going on something like that back in the day, I can barely imagine what it must have been like.
To be honest, the only other ride that has ever given me the same kind of buzz would be the
marijuana.
That's not a ride. That's a trip.
Those rumors are wholly unfounded. Would be Forbidden Journey.
Good lad. I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was a total eye opener when we went on that the first time. Like,
I've heard that ride brings grown 6'7" men to tears.
6'7", man.
Very specific. He knows what I'm talking about.
I'm not surprised.
It is.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. Unreal. Yeah. Like, absolutely. Just what they did there was just like phenomenal. Stunning.
It is. Yeah, I still say the bar was set at Forbidden Journey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still haven't had as much fun on a first-time attraction experience as I have with Forbidden Journey.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
it was unreal, but you didn't know what to expect.
No.
Do you know what I mean? You had no idea going into that thing, and never mind the fact you just walked through Hogwarts. You're like, this is amazing, and then you go on that ride, and it's like, what is happening?
But the thing with Forbidden Journey is, like every other attraction you go on now, you've been on something similar. Forbidden Journey was unlike nothing that you'd ever been on before as well.
Yeah. True.
Or since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's your favourite current attraction?
I think we've just answered that question.
Forbidden Journey.
Yeah. What a surprise.
Actually, but I'm a total Potter nerd, so yeah, it has to be Forbidden Journey, yeah.
Was Diagon Alley open the last time you went then?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's only Kong and Jimmy Fallon that you haven't ridden since. Is that right? Are they the only two new ones?
Yeah. I'm going to be honest, I'm looking forward to Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
That should be... I think everyone's hating on it an awful lot. I think it's going to be a fun kind of ride.
Mm-hmm.
Are you into Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah.
Then you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's humorous at points. So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. I think a lot of people hate on it a bit too much.
Yeah.
But I'll let you know at the end of July.
Cool.
Let me ask you all. You all have your own talk shows and everything like that. What's so appealing about American talk show hosts?
They're not British.
Fair enough.
We do have talk shows, but not like yours.
No.
Okay.
They're not on every night.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
They're once a week job, and
that's an American thing. Okay.
Totally. It's mental.
You think really over here, the only one I can think of at least that's anywhere sort of similar to an American one is Graham Norton. Really, I can't even think of any other.
Well, it used to be Jonathan Ross, but he moved to ITV and now he sucks. So
yeah.
I don't mind Graham Norton. It's quite amusing, but they're not like American ones. You think our best one, James Corden, went over to America?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I'll give you it for both parks, Stuart, but do you have a favourite area in each park? I think I know what they're going to answer for this is as well.
Yeah, Wizarding World.
In both, obviously, yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be. I would spend all day, all night, 2 weeks there. My wife wouldn't like it. She's just like, right, are you finished yet? Are you finished yet? Are you finished yet? And I'm like, no. I just need to buy another wand or, get some more Birdie Bots every flavour beans. And I'm just having too much fun. Totally.
There are areas you can just sit with a drink and just take the atmosphere in.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel like a child again. It's mental.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
So, what is your best memory of visiting a Universal Park?
Oh, there's a question. Apart from going on Forbidden Journey for the first time, and Back to the Future, probably me and my wife went to Orlando for our honeymoon.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
That would be 8 years ago. And it was just us, obviously, honeymoon. And we had an awesome time. Going Jewel and Dragons as it was then. There was no queue, November. That was it. We got married in Halloween. So there was no queue. So we literally got off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, like a figure of 8 of the two roller coasters until I had to say, right, Claire, I have to stop. Stroke out here. So it was mental, but that was just so much fun. That kind of time that we had at Islands of Adventure that day was just absolutely mental.
Yeah,
because Claire loves the parks. But she loves the thrill rides. She's not really interested in. She's like, that's a bit slow and crap. Let's go on this. That's a roller coaster. Let's go on that. I like it all, but she loves that, and that was just mental. But coming off Sideways, you're just like, this is crazy. But yeah, that would be it. Our honeymoon.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And you kind of caught Islands of Adventure in that downturn before Potter had opened, and they were just
building
kind of.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about it the other night.
We were there.
Yes. You were there the same time we took the kids. You were there pretty much. When did you go, Stuart?
We flew out on the 2nd of November. So we got married in Halloween. And we flew out on the 2nd of November.
2009.
We were there for 2 weeks. 2009, yeah.
You were in Orlando the same time we were. We flew out on Halloween.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Bonkers.
So potentially we may have crossed paths.
We need to start looking at photographs. That would be crazy for each of the photos.
That would be cool.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, that could be interesting. How cool would that be?
That's funny.
Oh,
so
crazy. Yeah.
So where's your favourite place to eat?
I've eaten in Mythos. It was all right. But honestly, of all the places I've eaten in both parks and in City Walk, my favorite place to eat is Fast Food Boulevard.
I knew you were going to say that.
I agree.
Totally. And actually, very specifically, the Bumblebee's Taco Shack.
Oh, yes, please. Oh, man.
Unbelievable. We just grabbed it one day and we're like, yeah, well, sure, we'll have that. And I had a duff. Was like, yeah.
I was just going to say.
We'll have that. And we sat down and we both sitting eating these wee tiny tacos going, oh my God. Which is unbelievable. It was so tasty and so good. So yeah, that would be absolutely it. Yeah.
I had that last time. Me and Hunter, me and you went out last time because they went into Fast Food Boulevard and me and you went over there.
Yeah.
Yep. Sure did.
I say though, taco one hand, duff the other. It's the future.
Lee and I had to go Had to get a good cry in real quick.
We had a bonding session, didn't we, by Bumblebee Man? Of course. Stuart, do you have a go-to song on Rip Ride Rocket? Because I'm assuming it's Claire will drag you on. Beastie Boys.
Oh, no, I love Rip Ride Rocket, don't get me wrong.
Good lad.
Could seriously do with some theming, but
yeah.
Because the first time we went on was that trip.
Yeah, it just
opened.
Just
me and Claire. 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
We queued for that in November.
Yeah.
And it was like, this is so boring. These concrete things are just doing nothing for me here. But when we get on it, we're like, this ride's awesome. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
You know? And the fear of death when you're going up that vertical incline. Because I'm going to slide out of this. This is just a lap bar. This is just a lap bar. This is just a lap bar. I'm going to die. Other than that, it's really good. But Beastie Boys Sabotage every time.
Good choice.
And the only time I haven't been quick enough, I ended up with Limp Bizkit. Wasn't happy about that at all.
That's the first one I chose.
Oh, all right then.
Willingly?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Could have rolled away to a better choice.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. I mean, I don't mind Limp Bizkit, but that's not the best song.
Well, no, they could have done another Limp Bizkit song. I love that Roland's on there because they have to cut out like 30 seconds of the song.
Yeah.
So, moving on then into another interactive attraction. What is your Men in Black high score?
You're gonna hate this, but I've no idea.
What?
That's fair enough.
I've only been on it once.
What?
Totally. I'm gonna change that this time.
I should bloody well hope so.
I know we've only been on it once. Claire didn't like it.
Right, Stuart. Then you're tasked. You need to go on it at least 10 times, and you need to do the immigration tour as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No. Listening to that show that you did about that, I was like, oh, that sounds like so much fun.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I'd like to do that. But no, I've only been on it once, haven't a clue what score I got, having a notion. But I enjoyed it. I totally would have went on it a million times, but Claire was like, meh, it's not a roller coaster.
Hunter, I need to ask you a question. What is your high score?
My high score is like in the 600,000s.
Right, because I've already reached out to Matt Corn after they did their team members versus the Tim Trackers versus the annual pass holders, and I've said next time we come out, I could put a team together that could beat your lot, no bother. So
does that mean I wouldn't be in it?
I will. Yeah, you'd be in it. I'd have to get Gregory in it because he knows what he's doing. And Darren's quite a crack shot now. So I think we could easily put a team together to beat them. So I'm going to see if I can make that happen when we come out next time.
Ooh.
For sure. Has he replied?
Not yet, but I'll keep pestering.
Doesn't surprise me.
Oh, he will. I chat with him quite often.
Okay.
He'll be listening to this, so Matt, there you go. The challenge is on the table.
Ooh. Right.
So waiting, Matt. You run a very particular account.
It's not out
that
yet.
Is in my bio.
Oh, he's going on. He doesn't run that account.
No, I'm just teasing you.
I know.
Anyways.
So, Stuart, have you been on Pottermore?
Yes.
Yes. Have you been sorted into your Hogwarts house?
Yes.
And you are?
Gryffindor.
Cool. And
I'm very happy about that.
I was going to say, you're happy with this and you feel that you associate with Gryffindor?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Cool.
Still a Hufflepuff, and I've tried 3 or 4 times to get something else.
Nothing wrong with the Hufflepuff.
Nothing wrong with a Hufflepuff.
No.
Apparently
Nothing wrong
not.
at all.
Last one for this section then. It's nice and easy one, Stuart. Hot, frozen, regular, or ice cream?
Regular.
Ugh. He's gone down
Well,
in my
I know.
estimation.
Actually, I never.
You would
I
have
always
had
wanted
hot.
to kind of send something in for the big debate last year, but no, regular. Frozen, don't like the ice. It's not small enough. The ice cream's lovely. I've never had hot, but always regular. Regular's awesome.
Right, well, there you go. There's another task. Oh, no, it won't be on. Oh, no, it might be.
No,
oh, no, you're going
I
out
know.
in July, aren't you? Yeah, you probably won't be able to get hot then.
It's fudge
I know.
on. We've got fudge now.
Yeah, but it's nasty.
Mine wasn't.
It was
Oh,
the
really?
same as mine. It wasn't. It
No.
didn't-
I mean,
Oh,
the
yours.
one I
Yes,
made
that's right.
was delicious.
Right, moving on. It is time for rapid fire. Are you ready, Stuart?
Yeah. Strap myself in. Okay.
Hogsmeade or Diagon Alley?
Hogsmeade.
Forbidden Journey or Escape from Gringotts?
Forbidden Journey.
Spider-Man or Transformers?
Spider-Man.
T2 3D or Minion Mayhem?
T2 3D.
Horror makeup show or Sinbad?
Horror makeup show.
Disaster or Poseidon's Fury?
Disaster.
Zeus Landing or Kid Zone?
Oh, Zeus Landing.
Right answer. Port of Entry or Production Central?
Port of Entry.
Leaky Broomsticks or Three Cauldrons? wait a minute.
3 broomsticks.
The Hulk or Rip Ride Rocket?
The Hulk.
Ghostly Greens or Planet Put?
Haven't played any of
I
them.
knew he was going to say that. There's another task for you.
Okay.
And last but not least, finally. Oh, wait, there's more here. The Lighthouse or the Globe?
The Lighthouse.
Yes.
Yay.
Good answer. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I need to. The last time we did a listener Q&A, I had loads more rapid fires, and I can't find where I've got that list. So I do apologise, Stuart.
That was fun.
Yes.
No pressure.
It was good when we did them for our. Did we do it for episode 200? I think where we did them for each other, and that was because we were always asking everybody else, and it was nice to do them the other way around. I have got a little section at the end, but we're running at about time. So, Craig, if you're listening, I will bring it up in 2 weeks' time because it's definitely something I do want to discuss. But yeah, Stuart, thanks for joining us. I hope you've enjoyed it.
I really have. It's been brilliant. Thanks very much for having me.
It's cool. It's nice to get a different perspective because we're all so used to each other.
Yeah.
To have someone on with a different perspective from us is a bit of a change. It's keeps us on our toes a little bit.
It does.
I'm going to be honest, it's really weird listening to you guys talking and actually being able to talk, because normally I'm talking to the radio in the car going, what are you talking about? No! And actually they're answering me back. I'm like, well, this is weird. But yeah, no, I've had a blast. Thanks very much. It was really good, yeah.
No problem. I'm glad you've enjoyed it. So that's going to wrap up episode 245, is it? Need to check. Yes. Hunter, have you started your homework for episode 250 yet? You have seen it in the little group chat, have you?
I have. It is. I think I know exactly the clip that I'm going to pick.
Okay. I think I know which clip you're going to pick as well, but Tracey's already...
Which one's that?
I'm not going to say, but okay. Tracey's already stolen mine, so I'm going to have to come up with another one.
For the time being, I'll make up with a different one, and you can have it back. Maybe.
Hunter might have yours as well, so he might be choosing a different one.
Yeah,
but anyway, we'll come to that point. Anyway, that's 5 episodes away at that point. That is our celebratory 250 stroke 6-year anniversary episode.
Woo!
So, Stuart, thanks very much for joining us. It has been a pleasure. So for Stuart, Tracey and Hunter, I have been Lee, and you have been listening to episode 245 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, and we will see you back here next week.
Cheap.
That's it for another Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Make sure you never miss a show by subscribing on iTunes, and while you're there, please leave us a rating and a review. Listen to us on Stitcher, Google Play, and all your podcast apps. Email us with any questions or comments to podcast@uuopodcast.com, or even better, record your message at speakpipe.com/uuopodcast. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest, keyword UUO Podcast. Check out our blog for even more content at uuopodcast.com. Well, that's a wrap. See you next week.